One of my favorite things to do right before I go to sleep is to read inspirational stories. This way, my brain is cooking on those as I process in the middle of the night. And my current favorite, my current one that I'm reading, is a book called Slow Burn. It was written by a gentleman named Stu Mittleman, who still holds some world records for long distance running. So he ran 1,000 miles in 11 days. He also won some of these ridiculous competitions where you run all day long for 6 days. There's no cutoff time where you rest and you go to bed. Everyone just runs until 6 days is done, and then whoever has the most miles wins. So it's pretty crazy. You can, of course, stop anytime you want to. It's just, you're trying to win. So it's easy to think that these people who do these amazing things in the world, that everything just comes easy for them. And certainly this is a gentleman who is naturally talented, who has some massive potential in his muscles. And he makes no pretense about that. But he's also had some difficulty. So he had a skiing knee injury that left him with having to get surgery on his knee. And several years later, he was running in the park with a buddy of his. And during that time, his knee started to give out. I wanted to share this story with you. It is January 1981, and I'm running in New York City Central Park with David Olbakovich, a fellow ultramarathoner who placed 5th in the National 100-Mile Championship 2 years earlier. Out of nowhere, I began to experience debilitating pain in my left knee. I cannot run even one step more. The pain is from the same knee that was injured and operated on after a skiing accident in 1975. The tip of my ski got stuck in fresh, wet snow, and the binding didn't release. I spun around on my left knee, with the ski ending up dangling somewhere above my right ear. I knew the moment it happened that I'd torn the ligaments in my knee. I had surgery to repair the ligaments and remove the cartilage. This was in pre-arthroscopic surgery days, so the hospital stay lasted 2 weeks. Rehab started almost as soon as the anesthesia wore off, and it took nearly 5 months before I could run again. Now, almost exactly 6 years to the day of the accident, I experienced an incapacitating, piercing pain in that same knee. David, an accomplished ultra athlete, has the same fear that this is the inevitable career-ending injury. The logical outcome of constant wear and tear piled on top of a structurally weakened knee. David warns me, better go get that checked out. I thank him and take a cab home. I rest, take aspirin, exercise on a stationary bike instead of run, get a massage a couple times a week, include some extra weight training and stretching, and hope that my knee gets better. It doesn't, though. I'm miserable. Nothing I do replaces the euphoria I get when I run. Days turn into weeks, and weeks turn into months. I still can't run. Hoping for a miracle cure, I see the surgeon who performed the knee surgery. After examining an x-ray, he reminds me, "You have no cartilage." He continues, "The wear and tear has begun to leave deposits in your knee, making it resemble the arthritic knee of a much older man." He emphasizes his point by waving his fingers underneath the markings on the x-ray to indicate where the deposits are beginning to form in my knee joint. He warns me that I will be crippled by age 40 if I continue to run such long distances. I am 29 years old at the time, already running more than 100 miles a week. By March, I am willing to try almost anything. My friend Brian Flanagan recommends that I see a chiropractor. I end up going to a chiropractor physician, Avery Ferentz, who is trained in applied kinesiology. Through Avery, I become exposed to this holistic and integrated approach of understanding what might be happening in my body. I begin to recognize that a painful joint or a weak and tired muscle might have prior causes that I had not even thought about. Lifestyle factors such as what I eat and how I deal with stress, indeed how healthy I am, affect how well my knee feels. Certainly, the pain in my knee was real and tangible, but I was now being led to believe that factors besides running and the damage caused by the skiing accident were involved. The factors had to do with my health as opposed to my fitness, a distinction made to me by Phil Maffetoni. After Stu underwent this specific type of treatment using applied kinesiology, which is the same protocol that I use in my clinic on a daily basis and have for over a decade, he was back to running 20 miles a day within a week. So I submit to you, if you've ever heard yourself say, "Oh, I'm getting old, I just can't do that anymore." When I was doing a triathlon in Claremont, going up a pretty steep hill, a gentleman passed me like I was standing still, and it's the best gift that could ever have happened. In triathlon, you write your age on the back of your calf. So I could clearly see that he was 73 years old as he passed me like I was standing still on that day. And I thought to myself, well, I've got a couple of decades to catch up to him. I submit to you that your aches and pains may have a great deal more to do with your health than with your fitness, and that there may well be, as I have personally experienced in my life many, many times with all of my Ironman training, there may well be modalities that allow you to get back to the life that you love living. I'm Dr. Cynthia Clark, and that's Good Medicine, and I would love to help you.